All right, space engineers. Today we are on my survival world. For this episode, we're going to be talking about gravity well generators and or tractor beams. I don't know what you want to call them. I like to call them gravity wells. But these are excellent choices for collecting ice to refuel your hydrogen tanks on your ship. If you have a level 3 drill, you can just drill to your heart's content and very rapidly remove a lot of ice. And all of that ice gets pulled right down into the ship. I've been using these for a long time. They are incredible for this. It saves you a lot of PCU. You don't have to carry a mining ship on your big main ship when you're grinding down all the components. I normally use the SMV and I just replace the welder on it with a grinder and just set the connector to collect all and throw out while I'm out. And you can just start grinding away at all of the Prototech's bases if you're wanting to like take all their components, and it will pull all the components in. It reduces all the travel time of trying to go up there with like a grinding ship, grind it, come back, dock, wait for it to unload, undock, fly back there, grind it again. So just drastically it reduces the time. So let's get into it. Alright, space engine nerds. These are the 3 blocks you're going to need to make a gravity well. First, you need a collector and a normal gravity generator and a spherical gravity generator. The problem with building these is the collector only has the conveyance port on the back or the bottom. So how you make these is you have your conveyance here with the collector pointed up and a normal gravity generator here. And then the trick is to make a funnel that all these components can go down into, and or ice or whatever, and you put the spherical on the top. And this is the best way I've found to connect it, so using these for your funnel. And this is the truss pillar corner. And how I set mine up is you go to your spherical gravity generator, max out the radius of it, and then set this to 0.4. Don't mess that one up. Alright, so 0.4 is slow enough that some of the heavier components don't come in at the speed of Mach Jesus. And the other straight gravity generator, you want to click Show on HUD, go over to your info, and have Show Gravity Range checked, and now we'll be able to see the gravity range of that. It's now in this green box. So what we're going to do now is narrow down our, I would say maybe 6 is probably where you want to be depending on how big the funnel is that you made, or the amount of collectors. Now the height of it, all you have to do is set it to be right above that spherical gravity generator. So we'll set it here. Just a little bit higher, maybe about 25. Something like that. That's what you want. So the spherical, when you turn it on, you just group these gravity generators in the collector, and you could name them GW for gravity well, that's what I do, and then group them all with the collector, and then you can have like a group to turn on, so it all turns it on at one time. And then what happens is when you turn on the spherical, it will pull now everything that is above this down to the spherical, and then because it's only 0.4 gravity, the power of this one being on a straight 100% gravity, 1G, will then overpower that and pull the rest of the things down the funnel into the collector, which gets it pulled into the ship and stored. And that is the basic concept of making a gravity well generator. So this is one of the gravity well generators I made on Gungear. I didn't like it because at the rear of the ship, sometimes components will be pulled into the rear hydrogen thruster areas. This was a pretty simple design, easy to repair from the outside. It was pretty effective other than items being sometimes caught on this gravity here, which would be the straight pole gravity generator. Now this is the gravity generator I built for PO, and it worked really well. I tried to invert the spherical here to minimize it being shot off. That was the only downfall on this one, but I really did like using the windows, because when you were inside of it, you could see things coming in. It was kind of entertaining. This is Fiel's, the inside of Fiel, so you can actually see out and see what's going on there. Pretty handy. He's just sent out drones with grinders on them to pack stuff up for you. But I kind of did like the initial layout of this inside. I just had to invert the gravity to push up instead of down on this, and that's as simple as coming here and reversing it to a minus acceleration. Well, this is the current iteration that I run of this gravity well system, and this is the outside with the spherical, pretty protected from, it's below the plane of the armor. I also would note that putting these rotating lights out here with the red flashes and linking that into that group for the gravity well is pretty handy because you can see if it's on or off. But this one's been working pretty well so far. This is the inside of that Ragnarok's gravity well. So the collector's there, and there's a T in the conveyance here, and the gravity well that pulls straight, or the generator that pulls straight down, is underneath that hook to the bottom of the conveyance on the negative setting.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.